Good morning, travelers. It is day 5. We are not quite in Puerto Vallarta yet. We are sailing in, and the sun is just coming up, and it looks very nice out on the balcony right now. But it's warm. And it's not 7 o'clock yet, and it's really toasty out there already, so it's going to be a warm day. Today I am going off on a sailing adventure, supposedly a luxury sailing adventure. We'll see how luxe it feels. And I'm looking forward to maybe getting to swim out in the ocean and have some fun. I'll let you know how it goes. Once again, we have breakfast in our room, some tea, some milk for it, and basically an Egg McMuffin, their version. And yeah, this should be good. Right in front of the ship, they had this blow-up inflatable, well, it's probably not something they blow up regularly or anything, but it is inflatable-based boat, and he's like, don't worry, this isn't the sailing vessel. This is to take you to the sailing vessel. Everyone was kind of looking at it going, wait a minute. And so they took us out. We went through the marina in Puerto Vallarta, saw some amazing yachts out there. And then went to our sailing boat, and it was nice. It was it had a shaded area with seats, and then you could go to the front if you wanted to, and there were more seats. And then you could go down in the below deck, and there was a whole seating area with, you know, bench seats and everything. And that was where they were preparing, I guess it's the galley as well as the restrooms and everything. So there was areas where people could like store their stuff and that sort of thing. First, while we were motoring out, they gave us what they called a snack. It was guacamole and this lovely fresh fruit and just some really nice tidbits. And then after we were coming back, I think it was, they decided to do lunch. And lunch was some bread, some cheese, some roasted red peppers and olives and prosciutto, and I think there was hummus there, and there was just all kind. Oh, and then on the side there was this like a pickled vegetable and shrimp dish. It was very good. so dinner today was at, it's called Steamers, and it's the other half of the pop-up restaurant. You get an appetizer and a main and a dessert. And I had clam chowder with smoked ham. And then my main was their fried fish platter, and my dessert was strawberry shortcake. And everything was tasty. Hello travelers, Solo Sue here. It is day 5, and we were in Puerto Vallarta today. We no longer are. We are sailing towards Huatulco, something like that. And we have a sea day tomorrow, and the seas are kind of rough right now. Definitely feeling a lot of movement. The hangars were talking. I had to cram them all together to make them stop. And you can really feel the stabilizers are out. So, you know, if you've been on a cruise ship before with the stabilizers and rough seas, it kind of goes doink, 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 doink. So instead of having one smooth rock back and forth, it's these little staged ones, right? So that's what's going on. Anyway, I did the luxury sailing day for the name of the shore excursion booked through Princess. And it was good. I enjoyed myself. So, of course, they had us meet in the Princess Theater. You know, they like to do that on Princess, where you all meet in one place, and then they line you up by groups and take you out to, you know, wherever you're going. And there was a good group of us, though. I think there was probably a good 15 people, at least. Maybe more. And they had us go out to... they had someone for us to follow. But once we got off the ship, he was gone. We don't know where he went. And so we're kind of milling around going, where are we supposed to go? And a lady at the shore, or at the front, before you go into the building, because there's a building where they, you know, want you to walk through and buy things, saw the number, and she's like, oh no, you go over to Area A. So we all went over to Area A. And they came by and walked us out of the area without having to go through the building. They just like opened one of the side gates and we all snuck through. And oh, and as soon as before you got on the ship, they had you take your shoes off, and they put them all in a big cloth bag, big canvas bag, which they took away. And then at the end of the excursion, as we were getting closer to actually docking again, they brought the bag out and let everybody have their shoes again. But yeah, they took us it was probably, we might have sailed for, you know, out there for a good 45 minutes or so. And we came to these rock formations, and some of them had caves you could see through. And I'm sure if you were in a smaller boat, you could actually maybe try going through there, although I think it might be kind of treacherous. So there were a couple of those kinds of formations. And then we eventually came to this little sort of cove area where you could see it was it was reef or rock or something in one side, and the other side actually had some concrete stairs and like a groomed path that led up. So I'd say it was probably access for, you know, a resort or something. And that was where they dropped anchor, and everybody got to go swimming, and one of them did a snorkel tour around the rocks and stuff so that everyone could go and snorkel if they wanted to. They also had like a big floaty out. I mean, it was like, you know, 10, 15 feet floaty. It was big. It was multi-people floaty. And I think they said something about having some other kinds of water toys, but I didn't see any other water toys in use. They did have masks, snorkel masks, and fins if you wanted those. So yeah, it was really nice, and I had a great time. We got back in plenty of time, of course, and getting in and out of the little tiny boat was a bit of a challenge, but we all managed, even the man who was clearly having more mobility issues than most. And yeah, it was good. Really enjoyed myself. I would recommend it. Also did the solo meetup, and met a woman in there who wasn't in the previous ones, and she was there pretty early, so it was me and just another lady who had been regulars now. And she asked if it was a solo meetup, and we're like, sure. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, so how are you enjoying cruising solo? How you know, how are you enjoying your cruise? And the poor thing bursts into tears. And we were both like, that wasn't supposed to happen. And it turns out that she's kind of traveling solo. She's traveling with a friend, but the friend is not feeling very well and spending a lot of time in the cabin. And her husband also died in January. And so the poor thing is just having a wretched cruise. And so we're like, well, you should come with, come here every day. And, even if your friend doesn't make it out of the cabin, you'll at least have some people to talk to and make plans with and not be so lonely. Because I think that's really what it was, is she was just terribly lonely and missing her husband, of course. And they used to cruise a lot, so it's bringing back a lot of memories and stuff. So we're going to try our best to take care of her, because nobody should be in that situation, all by themselves, basically. So we're going to try and help out. Anyway, I may go by and see the Billy Joel tribute in a little bit. They probably won't let me film, but you'll at least know that I went. And tomorrow's another sea day, so I'm probably going to try and actually do the main dining room and see if I can get some Eggs Benedict tomorrow, because they don't have that on the menu for breakfast in your stateroom. And I'm getting afternoon tea in my cabin, because that's something that you can get when you are elite status, and the line for afternoon tea has been ridiculous. So I'm going to try having it in my cabin and see how that goes. I'll let you know what happens. Solo Sue signing off.